This is Dabu7, an update to Ceres. I've talked about this several times. We've came across some amazing images out there. I mean, all these different images they put out, I feel like it's a test to see who's awake, who's paying attention, who's got the eye to see. And, there's channels out there. Some of you guys just specialize in finding some of these details. Eye in the sky. All you guys out there that deal with space, Crucible. I mean, it goes on and on. One of my best space reporters is Thor. Thor's always on top of it. You have Esso doing his thing, always giving the daily space weather updates. But when it comes to these images, I think we all know that, come on, so much Photoshop and this and that. It's what are they really trying to hint at here when it comes to Ceres? They just told us there was a massive pyramid-like structure. This massive peak, 3 miles tall, sticking up out of nowhere. They didn't expect that. And now we have what was 2 bright spots has turned into 8. And let's not forget, something they're not mentioning now, is that right out the gate, when you looked at the scientific composition of what these spots are made of, the heat signatures alone, they were different, vastly different, on 2 different sides of the spectrum. Those 2 biggest bright spots, which showed they were made of 2 different materials. They stated that. Since then, that's been kind of swept under the rug. And if you take the time and actually go back and look at those images, they are very, very interesting. And I'm talking zooming in and looking at all the fine details. Now, when it comes to the mounds, they say that is interesting in its own right because not only did they not expect it, but you can find mounds like that here on Earth, but they're much smaller. So Earth, way bigger, mounds much smaller. Here on this rock, have this massive mound that also, they say, it is possible that this bright material that is coming off of the mountain is the same material, same bright material, causing the bright spots. He says we will need better resolution to determine this, is what the scientist says. But look at what's going down here. They've been hovering around at this certain distance, pitching out little bits of information, resolution getting a little bit clear, a little bit more clear every time they throw these pictures out. Now there's a big pyramid. And now they're trying to say that this bright material might be the same bright material that's causing the bright spots. Problem is with that statement, like I said before, is that these 2 bright spots have 2 different signatures. They're made of something different. So it can't be the same as both, if that's the case. But what is interesting is now we're finding this bright material coming out or on this massive pyramid. Can't wait till August, September. Because right now, this thing is in orbit around it's 2,700 miles above the surface. And in August, it's going to dip down to below 900. So that's the time frame. And given they're going to have to take images and they'll probably give us some more BS and say, oh, it's going to take another month or 2 to get the images back and processed and get them out to the public. When they're probably watching this all live. You see, this rock holds a lot of interesting things, I'm telling you, and they're not hinting around at all this stuff for nothing, is what I'm saying. And it is very interesting that now we're hearing it, this bright material is on this pyramid as well. I'll leave a link. Eyes to the skies.